Hello, and welcome back to VR Club. My name is Frank, and today I'm going to go over what happens when AI goes a little bit crazy. Sometimes when you interact with AI, you may have seen that it gives some strange and crazy answers. You are not imagining it. It is a matter of fact that sometimes these AI chatbots can say some really silly stuff, and sometimes it can get really scary too. But why does it actually happen? Now you might recall in a previous video that these large language models learn the words and the relationships of words within an embedding space. So for example, if I ask the chatbot, teach me about some fruit, then the parts within the embedding space related to fruit get activated. And once these parts are activated, then the chatbot will give out an answer that is related to what's been activated within the embedding space. When these large language models are trained by developers, they're actually trained on a very large portion of the internet. Unfortunately, much of the internet is filled with not very good things. Most people only interact with the surface web, which only makes up 4% of the internet, while the rest of the internet is made up of the deep web and the dark web. These large language models may be trained with not so savory parts of the internet. So if I ask a chatbot about negative feelings or topics, then the negative things that are related to what I've asked get activated within the embedding space, and subsequently will output an equally negative output. And this starts a negative feedback loop. The more negative things that I contribute, the even more negative things the chatbot will output. And this puts us in a particularly, maybe even dangerous situation. So here are some tips to avoid having the AI chatbot going crazy. If something feels off or wrong about the output, just stop talking to it. Turn it off. You don't need to continue conversations because these will trigger these negative feedback loops. I would suggest also having one chat for one topic. So if I ask the chatbot about Shakespeare, within that chat I will only talk about Shakespeare rather than other topics. Having a focus within your chats allows the chatbot to not get confused as much. And last, avoid sensitive topics. Avoid things that come from negative feelings or situations to avoid triggering these negative feedback loops within these AI chatbots. You gotta remember that these AI companies have spent billions of dollars trying to get people to use their chatbots. They're incentivized to get more people using their products, even if it means those people get addicted or have negative outcomes from chatbot use. Now, many of these chatbots are quite useful. They provide a lot of information, they can help you learn and study, but it's also really important to use these with caution.